Honorable Minister Elbert, it's a really pleasure to have you with us on this Helvetas Nepal podcast.
The honor is mine to be here, not only in Nepal, but also in Helvetas office. And I would really like to thank you for this great opportunity for organizing a super visit for the government officials, but also civil society and media from Kosovo to see Nepal, to see the possibilities and to build an idea of our future cooperation.
Great. Your leadership and your commitment to strengthening local governance in Kosovo that inspire many of us working in this field. In that context, we would really like to learn from your experience, your insights, about the local governance processes in Kosovo. At the same time, we could also explore some of the commonalities, some of the challenges, as well as some of the possibilities that we can meet in the future between Kosovo and Nepal. Yeah. What do you think?
As you have now learned from our visit, we have these two layers of governance, the central level and the local level.
Okay.
So there are 38 municipalities in Kosovo, starting from the capital that has around 2,500 inhabitants, going to little municipalities like Unique that has only 5,000 inhabitants. But there is a large autonomy of the municipalities foreseen by our law on local governance, but also based on the constitution of Kosovo. So they are the front lines of organizing the life for people in the municipalities. As government, we support and we finance the local government through 3 different grants. Then plus the grant that is common with the program we are here, that is the performance grant of municipalities, based on which we also deliver a merit grant to the best performing municipalities. So the mayors, the members of the assembly are important figures for the local level and organizer of the life and services in the local level.
We'll get back to some of those details, but let me ask you a personal question. As a politician in Kosovo, what inspired you personally to become the Minister for Local Government Administration? And what has been your experience in that new role?
Yeah, there is a specific history. I have started my political career being a member of the council of municipality of Pea, and I have been there for 2 years. And I resigned because I understood that you cannot do much without having the right support from the central level. And then I just started making a turn to my political career and run for the election of 2019. I have been elected as member of parliament. Then we had new elections immediately in 2021. I have been re-elected as a member of parliament, and the actual Prime Minister Albin Kurti nominated me for being the Minister of Local Government, based also on that experience at the local level, because I have worked for many years for different decentralized cooperation programs in Kosovo and had a view on the functionalization of the local government. So those have been the professional elements, and on the other hand, it is important also this dialogue between that central and local level.
You talk about the elections, and soon you're going to have new elections, right? But in democracy, yes, elections are important, but what happens in between the elections are even more important, right? So in that context, what's your experience? Because at the end, governance is about people. It's about people ensuring their needs are met, their voices are heard, right? And their potential is realized. To what extent Kosovo local governance is closer to the people, meeting their needs, realizing their potentials. What's your experience?
Going back to people, going back to campaign, going back to requesting of reconfirmation of the mandate, it is easier when you have done your job for the 4 years. We have to mention here that for many years Kosovo had non-stable governance because of the varieties of political situations, but also political composition in the parliament. This is the first government that is finishing the term, 4 years full term, after declaration of independence in 2008.
Okay.
So it's easier for us to go back to the citizens, show once more what we have done for the 4 years, and ask their confirmations. And I'm very confident that we are going to renew the results of the last elections.
Okay. See, in Nepal as well, right? We are entering into a new political game, where we are in a transition from unitary to federal system of governance. It's all about changing the centralized way of working, reaching closer to the people, meeting their needs, right? When we talk about the people, you also talk about the people, but people are not a homogeneous group, right? People are heterogeneous. People are in different caste, ethnicities, right? People are marginalized, and also people who are more prosperous, more networked, right? How do you ensure that poor, disadvantaged, they have equitable access to resources, opportunities, as well as meeting their rights?
It was good for me to learn about the situations of political development in Nepal and the federalization process. We went towards a decentralization process in Kosovo after the declaration of independence and creation of new municipalities, based also on the idea to respect, protect, and advance the community rights. Kosovo is a small country in Western Balkan, located in a very dynamic area where meets the two different cultures, having only 1.7 million inhabitants, but it's composed by 9 different ethnic communities. So the constitution of Kosovo, it's very, very protected and has an overview on the rights and needs of the communities, starting from the political representations. Out of 120 seats in the parliament, 20 seats are guaranteed for minority groups.
Okay.
So all the minority groups that live in Kosovo, based on their numbers, they have also seats reserved and guaranteed on the parliament. And then also their participation to the government is guaranteed based on the composition of numbers of ministers. On the public administrations, 10% of employees Kosovo-wide has to belong to ethnic minorities. So we are really a country dedicated to our protection of human rights, advancing of community rights, and this created also the possibility that small groups of minorities in Kosovo to be in political positions.
Look, in Nepal as well, we have a mixed electoral system, right? You have the first past the post, you also have the proportional. This is where we have an opportunity to bring, poor, disadvantaged, including the women and other categories of the, people who are disadvantaged. We also have some quotas, but in many cases, at different levels, we do have the affirmative action to ensure their participation. But many times in the global south, I don't know about Kosovo, the numbers are secured, but their participation, their voice, their influence are not well recognized. Do you see that gap between the numbers and the actual voice and influence?
I can say that this is a dynamic process. It is nothing that you can reach by one shot. So if you take the 120 seats, 30% of those seats are guaranteed for women. So this a really good possibility. And in the last elections, the winning party, Levizia Vedundosya, managed to get all the women elected by voter and not by quote. So that shows the advantage of many years of ensuring having reserved seats and quotas for women. You come in a moment that it becomes just natural. We have a law that guarantees and requests 50-50 representations in public sector. So many public bodies now are obliged to have the 50-50 representation between men and women. The government, out of 15 ministers, 5 are belonging to women. out of 3 deputy prime ministers, 2 are women. So we are a country really dedicated to democracy, dedicated to women rights, equality, community rights. And this also because of the history of Kosovo, coming out from a war in the Balkans, genocide made by Serbia and Milosevic. So getting the liberty on 99 and then getting the independence in 2008, for us it's something that we really evaluate and we take care and advance it.
What you're saying is that since the independence in 2008, you're able to close the gender gaps, and your local governance strengthening, a program or initiatives have really helped, closing those gaps. Is this what you mean?
I think that we should not say it is closed, but it's really advanced, and we really work on advancing it more as society. Really, the democracy, it's part of our blood, I can say, and this is also what we are doing in each elections. Always we go a step forward on those elements that matter for us.
When it comes to devolution of authorities, power, resources to the sub-national governments, in Kosovo you have 2 levels, right? You have central and you have the 38 municipalities. That's what you've said, right? In many cases, the local governments, they lack human resources. They lack financial resources. They lack institutional capacity. They lack technical capacity in the different combination in different parts of the world, including Nepal and many other South Asian countries, right? How the ministry, your ministry, is strengthening the capacity in different cases, of your municipality. How does it work?
That's the mandate of our ministry. The Ministry of Local Government Administration has the mandate to monitor and to support the municipalities. So we have this program of evaluating their performance, evaluating their progress. And we produce a report. We produce also data, which we use then with another department in our ministry to create adequate programs of training for the local servants at the municipality level. And this is something that goes from 2008 continuously. We came in the moment that we changed the internal regulations, adopting also new processes that are part of the local agenda, which belong to our global agenda, like digitalization, like smart cities, and other related matters. So the ministry mandate is to do that, and then also based on our regular meetings with the local authorities, we decides which has the first priority, which can be put it in the second line. But that's the mandate, and that we are fulfilling very well.
I understand you are quite advanced in terms of digitalizing the resources, e-governance in your municipalities, smart cities you just mentioned, right? Do you have any kind of collaboration between Kosovo and other country municipalities, where you bring different municipalities in different platforms for cross-learning, sharing, and raising some of their voices to the global platform? Is this something happening?
Let's say it like this. There are two elements. The first one, it's the municipalities' rights and initiatives to twin with other European and wider municipalities, which pass through the process of the ministry and which are added value to the possibilities of the municipalities and people of the municipalities. And second is we are, since last year, member of a global platform that is OGP, Open Government Partnership. And now also the local authorities are taking initiatives to be member. Already we have 2 members out of 38 municipalities to that initiative. It's a space they can use for exchange, training, and transparency and accountability of the local authorities.
Since you are in Nepal, just wanted to ask you, Kosovo, Nepal, we have distinct geographies, our histories, our socio-economic context. But at the same time, there are many parallels, many commonalities. Do you see any possibilities? Having Kosovo municipalities and Nepal municipalities working together as sister organizations or sister entities?
I can say sincerely that we are entering in a new age of relationships.
Okay.
Before we came to this visit in Kosovo, we hosted a group of journalists from Nepal and representatives of civil society, just explaining the situation in Kosovo, just explaining the geography of Kosovo, just explaining the geopolitics of Kosovo, and just trying to create some relationships that can be of advantage for creation also formal relation between Nepal and Kosovo. My visit here and the possibility meeting also a minister of line and the mayors of municipalities, leaders of the association of municipalities, gives a good possibility to create the group of friendships between Nepal and Kosovo. In the eyes of Kosovo, Nepal is a evaluated country. Many Kosovars have Nepal as destinations for tourism. You have the richest world mountains, so for sure also Kosovars cannot be neglecting that beauty, and they come regularly. These relations can contribute to open new doors. We already agreed for municipality to municipality relationships, exchange of visits of mayors, and inviting also the minister in Kosovo. All this might bring to a situation where also more trade, more cultural and economical exchange can be on the table between the Kosovo people and Nepali. I believe that once Nepali government and the people understands the real situation in Kosovo, the formalization of relations can be not anymore on question.
I agree. If we can start with the people-to-people visits, interactions, and this can slowly, build a voice and pressure, where the government can mutually agree and cooperate. Right? So in that context, let me talk about a little bit about Helvetas. We are in Helvetas today, your visit, we hosted your visit. We are quite a strong development partner in Nepal. We've been supported by the Swiss government as well as many other donors. I think this is also the case in Kosovo, right? Helvetas as a strong partner of the government, strengthening or supporting the local governance strengthening processes. What has been your experience there?
I believe something else in common between Nepal and Kosovo is Helvetas, and we have to thank them and also try to use their advice and their possibilities to create more ties.
Yeah, we can certainly facilitate, as an entity, both in Kosovo and Nepal, and if we needed to create any kind of mutual collaboration, initially we could support, facilitate, so that we can bring the municipalities, people together, as we advance.
I want to be politically correct, so I will use only proper words, but I believe Helvetas in Nepal and Helvetas in Kosovo might be the houses of Kosovo in Nepal and the house of Nepal in Kosovo. So that's a good opportunity to be further developed.
Yeah. Since you've been here for 2 days, interacting with different people, institutions, you're going to be here for a few more days, right? So what are some of your takeaways?
Well,
the meetings you
until
had?
this moment, I had only formal meetings and dinners and lunches. So after these discussions, we will have the possibility to see also the beauty of Nepal. But for sure, I'm really surprised about the life here in a really positive aspects, the kindness of people and the openness of people. So I'm sure also the visits outside will help me to see full pictures of Nepal.
That's great that it's also will be an opportunity for Nepalese, to visit Kosovo. I understand that Kosovo people are quite hospitable. You have a good biodiversity. Of course, we are affected by the climate at the same time, but there are lots of things to see, visit. I also heard that some Nepalese have the restaurants in the Kosovo, right? So I see that, yes, government-to-government relationships are important, but the people-to-people at different level, sports person could visit. Cultural trips can happen, between the two countries, right? If you could bring the different building blocks, and this will actually, at the end, help, building government-to-government relationships.
I start this conversation with the referee to my past working in decentralized cooperation practices. Okay. And I really believe in that. So when people to people, schools to schools, doctors to doctors, politicians to politicians have the contact, the pictures is wider and has more sustainability.
That's great to know. Thank you, Honorable Minister. It's been a great pleasure to have you with us. Thank you for your time, and we wish your remaining days will be even more productive, and hopeful that you'll take back some of the good lessons, good practices, good memories from Nepal, share with your colleagues in Kosovo, and continue our relationship in a better way.
For sure. I want to thank you as well for your hospitality and the possibility to have all those meetings and all those visits.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you.